Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich as Japan. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So, got a national focus. What do we want to do right away? We can't do this until we have the trial of the May 15th incident. We could upgrade our navy a little bit, or we start actually trying to reform our army a little bit. I mean, 15% cheaper rifles is really, really good. Yeah, just bicycle infantry. I mean, bicycle infantry are actually, like, surprisingly decent. Like, they sound like they would be bad, but I guess they're not just, like, mounting machine guns onto a bicycle and just having them go for it. Okay, Belgium declared independence. That is completely okay. And now the Chongqing, Sanqing and the left KMT are now war with one another. I have a feeling that Sanqing is going to end up winning the war. That's at least my guess right now. I mean, the Nanjing Clique, they don't stand a chance. They're going to lose Nanjing, and then after that, then it's just going to be a two-way fight. And the left KMT, if I remember correctly, from when we played them, however many months or years ago that was, is a lot of this land that they actually control isn't core, and also, they don't have, like, any actual industries. They maybe have, like, one, maybe two factories at most. Okay, so how's our industry doing? 18, 14, 31. Okay, it sounds pretty good. Let's go with 2 military factories in Concento. Sounds good to me. And what are we not building? We are not building all of our aircraft. And you know what? That's fair. Production. We need to build ourselves close air support. And I also want, like, the carrier stuff as well. Close air support. Frame, interwar. I guess we go with you. And they also want tactical bombers, which I'm assuming is going to be the medium airframe. And then they want the carrier fighter and close air support. Well, I mean, I'm not even going to build them. I'm not even going to build the planes for the carriers. I know that in actual World War II, aircraft carriers were incredibly, incredibly important. In Hearts of Iron 4, I don't think that's really the case. And also, I actually don't know how to actually use them. Like, maybe that's just silly of me. They've got all these planes here. I don't know how to actually get them to do anything. Like, if I assign all of you here, you guys are on the aircraft here. Air wings will not follow its carrier when it leaves the region they operate in. No, follow the aircraft carrier, please. Then all of you also, I guess, just fly in this area. Just be in the East China Sea, that seems pretty good. 15% cheap artillery. You're actually, like, you're blessing me here. Cheaper guns, cheaper artillery. How are any of the cliques or warlords or even the central government going to withstand us in China? They're not. We're going to invade, and we're going to be having a great, great time. Okay, got a 4-way civil war as well in the U.S. Trial of the May 15th incident. The court-martial of the 11 murders of Prime Minister Anakai began this last month. For the end of their trial, a petition arrived in our court, containing over 350,000 signatures in blood from sympathizers around the country pleading for a lenient sentence. In addition to the petition, the court also received a request from 11 Yusei Nagata, asking that they be executed in place of Navy officers and sending 11 severed fingers to the court as a gesture of sincerity. The whole trial was unpopular enough to convince the court to accelerate the process, and all the death sentences were issued just yesterday. The assassins were executed at dawn today. Okay, well, actually, I want to cancel you. I know we're losing 3 days of focus, but I want to defend democracy ASAP. And we'll probably go for electoral reform. I think military centralism is kind of like, that's like the historical route. I mean, oh, it's either military centralism or the Showa Restoration, but I don't know how much power Hirohito had during the Second World War. I mean, I know he technically had absolute power, because Japan at the time, I think, was like an absolute monarchy, or like a semi-constitutional monarchy, but the emperor actually had like all the power in legally speaking. Okay, the assassination of Suzaki. The unthinkable has happened again. Prime Minister Suzaki and his brother-in-law Hatayama were attending a party rally in Kuwagoi today. When Hayatama stood up to deliver a speech, syndicalist terrorists from the Samata Youth Volunteer Corps for National Salvation shot Suzuki and Hariyama in retaliation for the execution of the Prime Minister assassination. Okay, fantastic. Great. And now there's another election. Hidetsuki stunned the Riken Sayukai, and the emergency convention was called. The bureaucratic Tanokoi faction, named after Tanakami Takajiro, chairman of the pro-Tanaka Senihonto during the Tanaka dictatorship in the aftermath, has been crippled by the loss of their leader. The reactionary Nakajima faction take control of the party. From a new post as director of general affairs, Nakajima enjoys decision-making power for the entire party, though he has stopped short of crowning himself chairman and appointing current prime minister and Tanaka-aligned Mizuno instead. I know, like the Japanese names, you're just supposed to, you're just supposed to, like, read it, and, like, there's not, like, any special tricks to reading the names, but I'm also very dumb. The Emperor in Democracy. Government is weak, and in a desperate move, has asked the Emperor to speak. He's gone before Parliament, a rare appearance, and unfortunately has supported the government. His words carry great weight, maybe enough to keep the government afloat. Do we agree with his support or argue against him? No, we will we'll agree with the Emperor. We'll do electoral reform, 15% stability. We do need stability. Our stability's been pretty bad this entire campaign. Do we want to get better engines or armor? Well, first, we want construction. You know what? Even give me, like, 1 level excavation. Give me all the industry techs. Industry techs are always good. I don't know when there'd be an instance where you would not want industry techs. You just, like, they're always good. They're always good. Okay. Bolsheviks are in control of Norway, and they immediately join the International. The thing with Europe is I don't know how much we actually care about the continent. I mean, obviously we care about Germany because Germany has colonies in Asia. But France, Sweden, whatever Sweden does, happens in Spain. I mean, I guess that Dutch as well. I mean, we probably would prefer revolution in the Netherlands because that would actually cause the Dutch East Indies to either be independent, to be a government in exile, or they'll just declare Indonesian independence. Attempted True in Transamere. News about the anti-Kolchak True in Transamere has recently reached us. It appears that rebels sought to kill Alexander Kolchak, a de facto puppet leader of the Vladivostok regime. But their best efforts seem to have come at nothing. With the push crushed by loyalist guards, still, Kolchak has made a number of enemies of Transamere. Its vulnerability is becoming increasingly clear. Perhaps we should demand that Kolchak resign and assign a new, more pliant leader for Transamere. Replace him. We already have 23 divisions around Siberia. Transamere submits! Alexander Kolchak decided to submit and kneel before us. Now there is an empty office in the Vladivostok government, and we shall find a replacement. Get the perfect candidate in a loyal general, Oi Shigemoto, leader of the Siberian intervention during the Russian Civil War. As of today, Transamere is now officially ruled by General Shigemoto, having effectively become our puppet. You love to see it. It does mean that we're an enemy of Russia, right? There's kind of no denying that at this point. But I don't know if Russia is actually going to attack us. I mean, we can probably see Government of National Unity. Nakajima from the Riken Sayaka and Adachi from the Minnesota, both supporters of the National Security Act, have issued a joint statement urging both the mainstream parties to form a multi-party government of national unity to protect the national polity from the syndicalist threat. Okay, so we can become a union. Market liberal, social conservatives all join the party. I'm going to save because this feels like this might be a trap. I mean, again, the Japanese tree is pretty old. So there's not usually any, like, sneaky paths where if you just take one decision, it leads to a completely unexpected outcome, which some countries do have. And I'm not arguing against that. I'm just saying I'm saving the game in case that's the instance here. Most old Kaiserreich trees are very explicit with the decisions of where they're going to end up leading. And I think either one of those ways is okay. I think actually maybe I do prefer the ones where they get a completely unexpected outcome. Just because it's always a little messy. And messy is good. I think messiness and uncertainty, I think, add a lot of, I don't want to say charm per se, but I'm sure a lot of people probably hate. Okay. Probably dislike that their actions don't do what they want them to do. By the way, so we want to go now for research bleed. We can get down to Culture Golden Age. Immediately go down to land reform. I don't know who we want to support. We can take either of these ones. I mean, nationalize Ep.2, that is 6 military factories. 4 civilian, 8 civilian. I mean, nationalization just seems pretty good. Nationalization will lock Nissan, Mitsubishi, Mitsui. I don't care. I don't like companies. I'll be honest. I don't care too much about companies. I would prefer just to have 8 civilian factories and 5 military, and 10% more stability as well. All of those seem positive developments for me. Give me 3 more factories down here in Osaka. Fantastic. Can we get up to war economy? We cannot. Toko officers accused of torture. The Toko, or Special Higher Police, is a police force specializing in social and thought crimes. The Toko are also notorious for their abusive and brutal methods of interrogation, sometimes even resulting in death. When the National Security Act was passed, the Toko rapidly expanded its size and operation, and the regard for safety of the accused criminals declined even further. Today, major newspapers reported that a man died while in custody and accused the Toko of torturing the victim to death. Okay, I mean, we got a lot of stability out of defending democracy, so we'll allow the secret police to have a little bit of, just a little bit of torture, just as a little treat. Also, we're not going to do Chosun autonomy. I think that's silly. We're, of course, going to keep it as a puppet. United States in disarray. Civil war has erupted in the United States, tearing apart the last shreds of unity in the Union. This presents us a chance to remove American presence in the Central Pacific by occupying the islands of Guam. Seize Guam and take even more. Give me... I would even take Hawaii at this point, to be honest with you. What are they going to do about it? Nothing. They're not going to do jack shit. They're in the middle of a civil war, and I don't think that's going to resolve itself by the end of this campaign. Also, Left KMT actually ended up winning that war. I was mistaken. It is a very, like, this like pinkish red. It's a very interesting color. I don't know what about it. I guess I just prefer the darker, like the deeper red that they used to be. Could get more recruit population. We don't need that. We have 2.6 group just in standby. Cabinet Industry, War Industrialist. Political power gain's not bad. Yeah, there's a flat 15% stability. Yeah, give me just a flat 15% stability. Thank 96%. And we're still taking negative 30 due to poor land use, but I'm sure that'll get removed somewhere in here. Also, I can start expanding. Now the Civil War's begun, I can start expanding our influence in Southeast Asia. But I think I at least want to get down to the land reform decisions. Hawaii showing the Entente. You pieces of shit. Fuck you, Hawaii. How dare you? I guess I'll support the PSA. They theoretically can join our faction. I don't know how likely it actually is. But they could theoretically do it. We can also like double the size of our armed forces. What do we have? Do we have guns? We actually have a lot of tanks. So you know what? Give me, I'm going to say a 10 stack. Give me 20 tanks. Are you 18 combat with? You're the 24 combat with. Give me 28 of you. Cavalry, give me 10 of you. Motorized divisions, I'm going to go for another 10, please. And that seems pretty good. I'm sure, like, the numbers, yeah, the numbers look bad right now. That's only because we're training all these units. It'll sort itself out in the end. Okay, what do we want to research next? 39 is a little bit too expensive. Can we radio? Yeah, can we radio? And then our next technology we will use to, we will utilize to increase our research speed. What do I want more of now? You know what? Give me some dockyards. I'm kind of surprised. I shouldn't be surprised, but I'm also still a little surprised just how powerful I think Japan has potential to become. Like, by far, I can't imagine there's any country in Asia that's even remotely as powerful as us. Okay, Chen Xiaoming has taken over southern China. Already Hunan has aligned themselves with him. We got Shaanxi clique, Szechuan, and Yunnan. Currently, none of them have really chosen a side. Okay, Sweden joined the Reichspakt. How's Shanghai doing, by the way? Currently, we have 21% support here. If I had more guns, I could send them, rifles. You know what? Oh, maybe I need to, how many guns am I missing? 28,000? Having the legation cities as a puppet state would be, like, really good for us. How many guns are we actually making right now? We're making 56 a day. I think I actually have too many tanks, right? Well, no, I actually need 1.6 thousand tanks for my current operations. Well, then, you know what? We'll go down the nationalization project. We will get ourselves these 5 military factories. And then we'll worry about expanding more so into Asia. Because I prefer to attack China while they're at war with itself. The Philippines request support. Representatives from the recently independent Philippines have approached us as the president has come up with a plan to prevent an economic crisis in their country. The plan to expand our armed forces thus increasing industrial output and creating jobs for their people. They wish for the Empire of Japan to help finance them on this task, which should prove useful. Not only would it prevent them from destabilizing, but we'd gain a friend in the region. Yes, I think have interest in doing this, but I will first and foremost 5% for construction speed. You're 15%. Give me 15%, and then we'll help you. Having anyone in Southeast Asia being our ally, Germany can't become High Commissioner. You are assholes. Fuck you, Germany. You pieces of shit. Colonel Autocrat, huh? But why? Like, why do you need to be the High Commissioner? I should be High Commissioner. I'm right here. Okay, 38 research bonus. Might as well take it. I see no reason not to. Yeah, not that we're going to be at war anytime soon, but it will prove useful. I guess, who do you want to invade first? Let me actually go to war in China. Probably against the KMT first, like land near Nanjing. Or maybe we land further down south. We could have invaded into Xiamen, Wenzhou. Maybe even we just go over to Jiaodong as well. We'll be somewhat close to Beijing. We'll be close to German possessions in China as well. Okay, we got land reform done. Nationalize everything, please, and thank you. And now we should have land reform options. Initiate land reform. Yes, Land Readjustment Act. We'll get that going. We have so much stability that losing a little bit here and there is fine. And even if we're going to have more than 100% base stability, that's still helpful for when we're actually in the war. Because that'll lead to usually like a negative, anywhere between like a negative 20 and negative 40% stability. Okay, Madras has capitulated. I don't think I care even remotely about that. Give me an engine upgrade. Also, what are we not producing? Carrier, yeah, get rid of this shit. I don't care. So you're basic, yeah. I want to get an improved light tank. Special modules. Give me wet ammunition. Reliability is pretty good. And I think, which one of you is like extra breakthrough? 24, 26 on extra ammunition. Right now, breakthrough is 24. Give me up to 26. You're more armor. Give me sloped armor. And give me a small cannon. 4-4. We only have 1 armor experience. Okay, excellent. Never mind. We'll worry about the tank another day. Okay, Chongqing has declared war on the Laguang clique. Really? I don't think I've ever seen the Chongqing government before. Like I knew that Laguang could side with you. Industrial victory. But like, who are you? Like, I don't even know what party you're supposed to represent. Either way, this still works out just fine for me. If they waste all their manpower and equipment killing each other, that means they're not going to be able to fight us when we eventually arrive. Bang tungsten mines. Yeah, let's do that. Sounds great to me. Because hopefully the Qing and the National Revolutionary Government will also get involved. Maybe Yunnan will declare themselves to be in the right KMT, and all these governments, and you know, the federal government as well. Just have like a 5-way civil war in the middle of China. That's what I would love. Then I can come in and pick up the pieces. I mean, again, they can form the Chinese United Front. That is a faction that exists now. But that's fine. I'll kill them all at the same time. It works just as well for me. All works out all the same. 5% attacks. We even need like we do have an army genius. 15% recovery rate. Only 10 command power and 0.4 army experience. I'd be very, very happy to have Yamashita in here. 200 political power. You know what? I think that's worth saving for. One, because I do need army experience to train my tank division up. Do you know what, you guys here? I'll probably exercise, right? 0.02. Okay, never mind. 0.02 is basically 0. I consider that to be 0, and it also still takes away equipment from us. So it's still bad. Like it's still not what I want to see. Okay, we'll nationalize you, which is going to give us 8 civilian factories to get our way down to 5. And by 5, it's actually 6. I can't count. Your factory will put minus 10% for 100 days, which I kind of don't want. We get a core on... I think this is Port Arthur. We can get a core on Taiwan, and then Korea will hate us slightly less. So those all seem positive. Well, I mean, okay, well, core on Port Arthur is kind of meaningless. I mean, it's 361,000. I don't care that much. Port Arthur's fine. Korea. I mean, Korea also likes us. Do we get anything else other than just they hate me less? I mean, not really. We get Taiwan to be a core. We get more manpower. And more factories in the state, but do I give a shit about that? No, because I don't know, like, what's even the construction speed in Taiwan? 40%? I mean, that's actually not bad. It's more than I thought. And it's not like... I don't expect it to be invaded. It just doesn't seem very, very likely. Because who's going to invade us? The Qing? That's not going to happen. Germany's Asia? Okay, maybe slightly more likely. But I think they're more likely to kill the Philippines first. And, we'll, you know, that'll be a nice buffer for us. That's where I see this going. I don't think they're going to be able to invade our possessions at all. We should be fine. But I do want more military factories. Let's build that. Yeah, just keep on building it in Kyoto. That sounds A-okay. Also, Bulgaria. Like, I saw the pop-up saying that Greece died. I was stunned. Oh, basic engine as well. I mean, this stuff will be nice for when we actually have army experience to upgrade our tanks with. Bulgaria's killed Athens. They're probably going to kill Serbia in a moment as well. And then just Bulgaria against Romania. I think Bulgaria should end up winning the Balkan War, which is very, very, very rare for the AI to actually do. Yeah, give me who are you? Yamashita. We'll get him in here. So we're now getting 0.04 daily, which is pretty good. I'm very, very happy with that, which means we should be able to get our tank. Probably, I'm going to say 2 months. Sounds about right. Also, Mongolia and Xinjiang are at war? How'd that happen? Aren't you both, like, aligned with the KMT? Aren't you just, like, infighting at this point? What are you doing? Don't you have bigger fish to fry? The 2 most sparsely populated countries on Earth are going to fucking kill each other. You gotta have something better to do with your time. Okay, Bharati Communists declare war on Nepal. I mean, we kind of want to back the Princely Federation in India. They're the only one that's actually allowed to join our faction. And I would like for the Indian Empire to join us. It just seems beneficial in basically everywhere. I mean, India's a good country. Also, the Indian Empire, I like that flag. 2 reasons that they should join up with Japan. But I think that at least for right now, this would be a good time for us to end off this episode. So if you enjoyed, thumbs up. Not doing, click thumb down. You want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.